My sister asked to borrow my wedding dress for a photo shoot. The text came through while I was making breakfast, and I almost said yes without thinking. That's what you do with sisters, right? Share things. Trust them. Love them even when they drive you crazy. Marcus saw the message over my shoulder and went rigid. His coffee mug stopped halfway to his lips. Check her Instagram. Now. I laughed. What? Why? Just do it, Vera. Something in his voice made me stop stirring my eggs. Marcus wasn't dramatic. He didn't do weird jealousy things or start problems where none existed. If anything, he was too calm about everything. So when he set down his mug with shaking hands, I paid attention. I opened Instagram. Scrolled to my sister Delilah's page. She'd posted 3 hours ago, 6 a.m., which was bizarre because Delilah treated mornings like a personal attack. The first photo looked normal. Her at some rooftop bar, cocktail in hand, that practiced smile she'd perfected for social media. But Marcus reached over and swiped to the next one. My stomach dropped. There was Delilah in a wedding dress. Not just any wedding dress, one that looked exactly like mine. Same off-shoulder design, same delicate beading, same cathedral train. She was standing in what looked like a boutique, and the caption read, "When you find the one ring sparkles, #bride-to-be, #say yes to the dress." I couldn't finish. Keep scrolling, Marcus said quietly. The next photo, Delilah with someone's grandmother's ring on her finger. The exact setting I'd shown her last month. The one Marcus's grandmother had left him. The one currently sitting in our bedroom safe. Next, a save-the-date graphic. Delilah and Marcus. June 15th, 2025. Our wedding date. My hands started shaking. This has to be a joke. Some weird prank or dash. Check the tagged location. I did. Rosemont Gardens. Our venue. The one we'd put a non-refundable deposit on 8 months ago. The one that had been mysteriously double-booked last week, forcing us to fight to keep our date. She's trying to steal our wedding, I said, the words feeling insane even as I said them. But that's crazy. She can't just dash. Marcus was already pulling up his phone. Check your email. The venue. I found the email from Rosemont Gardens about the double booking issue. The other party was listed as D. Morrison. Delilah Morrison. My sister. But why would she? She's not even engaged. She broke up with Tyler 2 months ago. Marcus's jaw was tight. When did she break up with him? I thought back. Right after our engagement party. Oh my God. The engagement party. Where Marcus had given a speech that made everyone cry. Where he'd talked about finding your person, about knowing from the first moment, about building a life with someone who understood your soul. Where Delilah had gotten drunk and told me I always got everything. Call the venue, Marcus said. Now. I dialed with trembling fingers. The event coordinator answered on the third ring. Hi, this is Vera Collins. I have a wedding booked for June 15th. Oh, Ms. Collins. I'm so glad you called. We received your message about changing the names on the contract. We just need verbal confirmation. What message? A pause. The email? From last night? About changing the bride's name from Vera to Delilah Collins. I couldn't breathe. I didn't send any email. Oh, well, it came from your email address. The one on file. It had all your booking information. Do not change anything on that contract, I said. That wasn't me. Someone has accessed my email. Okay. We'll need you to come in person then, with ID, to sort this out. I hung up and looked at Marcus. He was already checking our shared wedding planning folder. His face went pale. She's been in here, he said. Look at the recent activity. Screenshots. Dozens of them. Our flower arrangements, our menu selections, our photographer's portfolio. Everything accessed 2 days ago at 3 a.m. How does she even have access? I knew the answer before I finished asking. 3 months ago, Delilah had offered to help with wedding planning. Said she wanted to be supportive, to make up for being weird at the engagement party. I'd shared the folder with her. We need to check everything, Marcus said. Every vendor, every contract. The next hour was a nightmare. The florist had received a change of bride email. The photographer had gotten questions about updating the couple's names. The cake designer had been asked if they could duplicate our custom design for a friend's wedding. But the worst was the dress boutique. Oh, Ms. Collins. The consultant sounded confused. Your sister was just here yesterday. She said you'd sent her to check on alterations. I didn't send her anywhere. She had your order number. Said you were sick and asked her to verify the measurements. She She took a lot of photos. Said you wanted to see the beating up close. That's when it clicked. The photo shoot excuse. She wasn't borrowing my dress for artistic reasons. She was going to wear it. To her fake wedding. With my fiancé's name. At my venue. On my date. This is insane, I told Marcus. She can't actually think she can just, what, replace me? Show up on our wedding day and pretend to be the bride. Marcus was staring at his phone. Remember when she asked to see my driver's license last month? Said she needed it for that apartment application. Yeah. I just checked my credit report. Someone tried to add her as an authorized user on 3 of my cards. The room spun. This wasn't just about a wedding. This was about my life. My identity. My future. We need to go to the police, Marcus said. She's my sister. She's trying to steal your life, Vera. My phone buzzed. Another text from Delilah. So can I borrow the dress or not? Camera with flash. The casualness of it. The little camera emoji. Like she hadn't just spent weeks systematically trying to hijack my entire wedding. I typed back. Sure. Come over tonight. Marcus looked at me like I'd lost my mind. What are you doing? Getting evidence, I said. She wants to play games? Fine. But she's going to do it on camera. That night, I set up my laptop in the living room, video recording but screen dimmed. Marcus stayed in the bedroom, door cracked, phone ready to call 911. Delilah showed up at 8 p.m. with wine and her fake smile. Thanks so much for this. You're the best sister ever. So tell me about this photo shoot, I said, pouring her wine. What's it for? Oh, just a creative project. You know me, always trying new things. Right. Like that new ring you posted. Her face flickered. Just for a second. What ring? I pulled up her Instagram. This one. Looks a lot like Marcus's grandmother's ring. Inspiration pictures, she said too quickly. For the shoot. And the venue? Rosemont Gardens. Now she went pale. How did you dash? Why my wedding date, Delilah? The mask dropped. For the first time in years, I saw my sister's real face. The one she showed when we were kids and she wanted something I had. The one that appeared when I got into college and she didn't. When I got promoted. When I found Marcus. You always get everything, she said, voice low and bitter. Perfect grades, perfect job, perfect man. Do you know what it's like watching you win at life while I struggle? So you decided to what exactly? Steal my wedding. She laughed. Actually laughed. I was going to do you a favor. Show up at the venue before you. Tell everyone the wedding was off. That Marcus had chosen me instead. Save you the embarrassment of being jilted. My blood went cold. You're sick. No, I'm tired. Tired of being the screw-up sister. The one who can't hold a job or a man. The one mom and dad whisper about at family dinners. So you thought identity theft was the solution? Her eyes went wide. I didn't steal anything. Really? The venue change? The vendor emails? Trying to add yourself to Marcus's credit cards. I don't know what you're talking about. I pulled out the printed emails. The screenshots. The credit report. Watched her face cycle through denial, anger, and finally fear. This is all a misunderstanding, she said. No, this is fraud. And conspiracy. And about 6 other crimes I can't even name. She stood up, wobbling slightly. You can't prove anything. Actually, Marcus said, stepping out of the bedroom, she can. He held up his phone. I've been recording since you admitted to planning to impersonate her at the wedding. Plus the laptop's been running this whole time. Delilah's face went white. Then red. Then she did something I'll never forget, she smiled. This twisted, broken smile that made her look like a stranger. Fine, she said. Call the cops. Tell them your pathetic sister was so jealous she tried to steal your pretty dress. See how that looks? Poor, crazy Delilah. Everyone already thinks I'm the family failure anyway. But she'd miscalculated. Because this wasn't about embarrassment anymore. This was about the dozen vendors she'd tried to defraud. The identity theft. The credit card fraud. The conspiracy to commit who knows what else. The police took it seriously. Very seriously. They arrested her that night. The detective told us this kind of thing was more common than people thought. Family members using personal information for elaborate schemes. The wedding angle was new, but the identity theft charges were straightforward. The hardest part was telling our parents. Mom cried. Dad went silent. They'd always known Delilah struggled with jealousy, but this was beyond anything they'd imagined. We'll get her help, Mom kept saying. Therapy. Whatever she needs. But I was done. Done making excuses. Done pretending our family dynamic was normal. Done acting like Delilah's jealousy was my problem to manage. We kept our wedding date. Our real vendors were horrified when they learned what happened and bent over backwards to make sure everything was secured. Passwords, verification codes, the works. Delilah pled guilty to identity theft and fraud charges. Got probation and mandatory therapy. Part of her plea deal included a restraining order. She couldn't contact me or Marcus for 2 years. She wrote me one letter approved by her lawyer. No apology. Just one line. I hope you're happy now. I am, actually. Happier than I've ever been. Because I learned something through all this. Family isn't about blood. It's about trust. And respect. And not trying to literally steal someone's life because you're jealous. Our wedding was beautiful. Small, intimate, with ironclad security. When I walked down the aisle in my dress, my actual dress, not some knockoff Delilah had tried to commission, I felt free. Free from the weight of a toxic relationship I'd carried for too long. Marcus's grandmother's ring sparkles on my finger now. The real one, not the cubic zirconia copy Delilah had bought for her bizarre fantasy. Sometimes I catch myself checking Instagram, wondering if she's okay. But then I remember that night. The smile. The admission that she'd planned to humiliate me in front of everyone I loved. Some things can't be forgiven. Some bridges need to stay burned. Did I go too far involving the police? My therapist says no. My parents still aren't sure. But every time I look at the life I've built, the one Delilah tried to steal, I know I did the right thing. Family doesn't mean letting someone destroy you just because you share DNA. Sometimes love means letting go. Sometimes it means pressing charges. And sometimes it means changing all your passwords and never looking back.